This is Ollie Brockett here for LowKick MMA. Joining me today is Bellator featherweight and former LFA featherweight champion Justin Train Gonzales ahead of his upcoming bout ahead against Andrew Fisher at Bellator 287. How are you doing today, pal? Thank you for your
Hey,
time.
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. Got a little workout in this morning and now just rest until we go to practice later. So
Oh,
life
sweet.
life is good.
Are you in Greenlee, Colorado, I presume?
Yeah, yep. Greeley, northern Colorado, about an hour south of hour north of Denver, about an hour south of Wyoming. So
You haven't moved far from home, have you? Because you grew up in Denver, well, specifically Colorado. But I wanted to ask, like, before you were in fighting at all, you wanted to go into boxing, didn't you? But your dad was now, you're going to wrestling. And you ended up at the University of Colorado, I think, and you ended up being teammates with Justin Gaethje. So
correct.
I wanted to ask you, like, what was that experience like? Are you still in contact with him? And what have you learned from beginning to be a wrestler and then molding it all together?
Um, Shoot, man. So whenever I was a little kid, just growing up with a Hispanic family, man, we were really big into boxing. We'd get the pay-per-views, we'd have parties, and I just really I don't know, man. I enjoyed fighting as a kid for some reason. I wanted to box, getting in fights at school. My parents kind of decided that wasn't the best idea for me. So they got me into wrestling, something to probably burn some energy, get me out of the house. And man, once I started, I just fell in love with the sport and wrestled all the way through college, man. Where, yeah, at the University of Northern Colorado, I was teammates with Justin Gaethje. We were training partners. We were pretty much the same size. So we were main training partners together for a long time. We became very good friends. Still keep in touch. We still train together occasionally. Now that I'm in camp, I'll be going up to Denver and I'll be seeing him a little more often, probably a couple times a week. So it's good, man. It's great, man. It's you know, having people like that who support me and are having success in the game, it just helps me to kind of understand a little bit better coming up, kind of I don't know if I want to say walking following his footsteps a little bit, but try and do big things myself. Helps me with some guidance, maybe just a little bit of advice, and ultimately pushes me in the gym too. So it's a good relationship with him, man. It's really good. So
I
yeah.
bet, man. I'm sure that gives you a load of confidence.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
Also, like being a wrestler first, I know obviously you've went into mixed martial arts and you've generated that boxing that you wanted to. Do you feel like you're a wrestler first just because you've done it from such a young age?
Yeah, I'd say wrestling is probably one of my strongest attributes, but technique wise and skill wise, I think I have the biggest accolades in wrestling for me personally. But I've fallen in love with striking, man. I found things that really work for me, and I have an enjoyment when I'm doing it. I'm smiling, having fun, putting things together, and I mean, hey, in this game, you got to have it all. So it's, I think, yeah, at first I was a wrestler. I think still a lot of people would probably say wrestling on a D1 level gives me a wrestling pedigree. But to be honest, man, this is fighting, man. I'm going to come beat you up whichever way I have to. If it's with the hands, I'll do it with the hands. If I got to grapple you, then hey, so be it. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get paid, and that's what does it. So whatever I got to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, man. I love that attitude. I also wanted to touch on your first loss of your career and also the Contender series. Both very different, but both could portray a similar emotion because you talked about what do you call it? You took it quite personally, the loss at
Yeah,
Bellator. I also wanted to ask, like, Contender series, from that fight where you dominate your opponent, you have so much ground time and you're beating them up and you don't get that contract and then you facing your first loss of your career. Obviously, two different things, but how is what do you take from that experience? And has it made you a better fighter, or is it just business as usual?
It's always business, brother. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. It's funny, actually. My brother actually brought this up about at some point last week. It marked 10 years since my first fight. So I've been
Amateur
doing
or
this
professional?
amateur since my
Oh, yeah.
first amateur. So I've been in this game for a decade now. But like we said, man, it's always business. I'm always trying to get paid. I'm always trying to grow my career, grow as a fighter. But things like that, such as the Contender series, man, it's my coach has told me for a long time. He's like, "Hey, man, you got a good head on your shoulders. You do the right things. Your career is going to be a little different than what you see all these other guys going through. So as long as you stay the course, it's all going to work out. I promise you." So I just had to take faith in that, and beating the shit out of the guy. I think I tied the record for takedowns, coming in with a torn up knee. It just really, man, it just I can make excuses, but I had to overcome some adversity, overcome some trials, and just kind of like I said, stayed the course. I knew, maybe that was just part of the journey I had to do of getting seen. Now the world really knew who I was, and they knew what I was about. And even though the UFC didn't want to sign me, that's fine, because look at me now, man. Right in the world, ranked with Bellator, taking people's heads off. Life is going good, bro. So God has a plan for me. I just had to have faith that it was going to work out the way it needed to. So
So you're not pressuring anything. You're just looking to take fight one after each other, and just looking to put on a show and put your name out there. You're not necessarily bothered about going all out to get that UFC contract. You just know it will come, and you're just doing bits in Bellator at the minute. Is that what you're focused on?
man, Bellator takes care of me. I got a great relationship with these guys. They make it super easy for me to come fight, and then they send me off with a check and a smile on my face, man. So I love being with Bellator, and this is actually my last fight of my contract. So if everything goes right, I really don't see me leaving. I really don't see them not re-signing me and making a significant amount more money. But hey, you know what? I'm a realist, man. I got to handle business first. I got to beat the shit out of Andrew Fisher first, and then I'll get paid. Then we'll sit down and then we'll talk about it. And ultimately, money talks. The position I'm in, I think I'm in a very good position with Bellator. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay,
So it's kind of
sweet
just
man.
things first.
Get that money, like Ty said before UFC Paris. He's getting paid.
Yeah.
Um, I wanted to speak about obviously your upcoming matchup against Andrew Fisher, like you mentioned, like you, it's the main goal right now. Obviously, as a veteran of the game, he's had a lot of fights. He's been around.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this? Especially being in Milan, it will be your first international fight. Do you think uh, it will come a factor in fight week? Are you going up there early to deal with the jet lag? How are you feeling about it?
I'm going up about a week, about 5 days early. I would like to go on a little bit earlier, but it gives me more time to be at home and train the way I want to. I have the resources I need. So I don't think it's going to affect me too much, man. Like growing up a wrestler, wrestling in college, fighting, I've wrestled on and have fought on some really big stages in front of a lot of people. So technically, this is just another day doing what I do, man. I'm excited for the opportunity. We're on the main card. We get to go out to Milan, Italy. This is the furthest I've ever been from the States. I've traveled a lot in my day. I've been to Mexico a handful of times, the Dominican. Last fight was out in Hawaii in hostile territory. So it's nothing new for me, man. I've done this so many times that it's just like I plan on going in there, hitting some gangster shit on Fisher, winning some new fans, and then I'm gonna go party, man, and go celebrate the win. So it's getting the opportunity to go travel international and get to go out to Italy. I don't know when I'll ever get this chance again. Hey, like I said, man, big love to Bellator to provide me with opportunities to go see the world and go showcase what I can do. So I'm about it, man. I love it. I love this life I'm living. I'm blessed, and I'm reaping all the benefits of it. So it's cool, man. I can't.
Oh yeah. On a side note, you've been in Milan, you're going up early. Is there any sightseeing you're planning? Is there any spaces that you're most looking forward to seeing?
We're gonna travel. We're gonna jump around a little bit out there. Not the first week we're there, it's kind of all business still.
Mhm.
I still gotta train, I still gotta watch my weight, I still gotta kind of make sure I'm handling business. So we're gonna stay out there about 5 days after. Go down to Rome. Really want to see the Colosseum. I think that's obviously every fighter's bucket list. Go see the Colosseum. I really want to go see the Vatican.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think there's I can't remember what this fountain is called down in Rome. So we'll make a couple pit stops throughout Italy, really take it all in, soak it in, and jump on that express train and kind of it all, man. Just take it all in. My girlfriend's got some family out there, so we might make a couple pit stops to go and meet them. I think they're coming out to the fight, so all the way around, make our rounds
Hey
and
man.
make some friends on the way.
I hope you have a lovely time there.
Thank you.
Anyways, back to the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you feel Andrew Fisher does well? And what do you expect from him? And what, like, when you're standing across from him in the cage, what do you expect? What do you think he's going to bring at you?
Andrew, he's a vet game. He's been around for a while. He's had a lot of fights. Dude's tough, but honestly, man, I think I'm too much for this guy. My striking is way too much for him. I'm too fast. I'm too slick. He's not going to be able to keep up with my athleticism. And I think he said somewhere else, I saw on some other podcast, he said he's going to take me down. I was like, bro, you forget I was a D1 wrestler? What do you think I'm training on? Like, of course, I'm going to beat you up on the feet. If I want to down, I'm going to take you down. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to have to take him down. So I'm going to tear his legs up. I'm going to rip his head up. Eventually, it's going to turn into a point where he's just not going to want to be in there with me anymore. He might not give up and just let me get the finish, but it's not about winning for him anymore. It's going to turn into a point he's just trying to survive.
Hmm.
So,
So are you aiming to turn this into a grudge match and turn it into a fight that he doesn't want to be in?
absolutely, man. That's what I try to do every time. I'm trying to break my opponents. I'm trying to pick them apart. I'm going to expose them for what they are. Man, I'm growing everywhere, man. My hands feel great. My movement feels great. My grappling has skyrocketed since even since the Pico fight, man. I've worked on a couple things that I felt I needed to work on, and I'm not far off, man. I can beat the best in the world. I truly believe I can be on my best day. I am the best in the world. So there's levels to this game, and Andrew Fisher just ain't on my level.
So with that confidence, have you just been working on your overall game, or have you been focusing on anything in particular for this match?
We broke him down and we've looked at him. He holds really good position, so I'm gonna have to pull him out of position. And it's hard to do whenever somebody's just kind of moving forward. But you know what? From a lot of people watching my fights, I move forward. So who's gonna give first? And I don't think it's gonna be me. Um, hey man, we like you said though, I've been working on everything. I'm always continuously growing as a fighter, trying to work and just improve me, become overall better. But you'd be dumb to not at least somewhat game plan and strategize a little bit and look what this guy does.
Mhm.
Pushes forward, he holds good position. So that's what we're working on. Pull him out of position to open up my shots and then just piece him up, dude. It's pretty simple. At the end of the day, it is a fight. And I'm going to hurt this individual. So,
So obviously it's business as usual. If
mm-hmm.
victorious at Bellator 287, do you have anyone you've got your eye on in particular? Anyone in the rankings that you want next?
Man, I said this a long time ago. Everybody in the rankings is on my hit list, man. I want no doubt that whenever I get that belt, I am the undisputed champ. So, there's a couple other guys that like with McKee going up, that kind of sucks. I'd really like to fight him. I think he's a great fighter. I like to get my shot at Pitbull. I like my shot at Pico again. Burnell, pretty tough. He's got a good name behind him. Weichel, Carvalho. Shit, Kennedy called me out a while ago. I'll beat his punk ass up too. So, everybody in the ring, man. It's I just want to leave no doubt that I am the number one 145er on this planet. So
I love that. So within a year, I ask a lot of people I interview this, like, so ideally within a year, where would you like to see yourself?
all right. So last fight on the contract. I like to see me re-sign for another big contract, multiple fights, good money. And within the next year, I'd like to see me within the top 5 and honestly pretty much in title contention.
Oh, hell yeah.
If not already, that belt's around my waist. It might take a time to get there, but you know what? That's realistically where I see myself, title contention.
You're willing to take a step at a time and take every fight that you need to make sure that everyone knows who you are.
Yeah. Hey, man, like I said, man, I don't want there to be any questions, no doubt, no being like, oh, well, this guy left the division, this guy left the division. Fuck that. I'm the man. So,
do you feel? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to know, like, do you feel like this division is your natural weight class? This is your division.
Yeah.
Because you see, like, Khamzat and, you question if they're weight bullies. People question if Khabib was a weight bully. Do you feel like this is your natural weight class and that ain't going to happen to you? Absolutely.
I don't see 35s is just too much, man. Unless they're going to throw some serious cash at me, I'm not going to consider it. 55s, I used to fight a lot at 55s in my amateur years, but, it was nice not have to cut quite as much weight. But I feel like my body, I have to do the right things in my diet, extra workouts to get down to 45s. And now that we got it down to a science, man, it's honestly the last 3 pounds are probably the toughest, but it's easy, man. I can get down to weight. If I do it right, I'm hydrated. I could lose about 11, 10 pounds in about 2 hours. And then I'm down to weight. So it's pretty simple. And it's not
like you said that you've done this for 10 years.
Yeah. It's I think they say 10 years or 10,000 hours technically make master. So I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still trying new things. Shit, dude, this is fun for me. So I ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
Oh, lovely. I wanted, before I get your final prediction for your fight against Andrew Fisher, we spoke about this before we started recording. You're a Boys fan, The Boys, the Amazon show.
Yep.
You're the J Train. I have to ask, will you beat the A Train in a fight?
Dude, I would smash the A Train I would smash him, completely demolish him. He already had to get a new heart. He's super steroid juice, man. I piece that guy up.
So you take him to high waters where you'd make sure his cardio cut out effectively.
Yes. There can only be one, man. I'm the J Train. I'm gonna knock off the A Train, knock off Andrew Fisher, and then whoever the fuck is next, just get in line, man, because I'm coming for them all.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think I need to get the prediction from you. I think you've said enough there. So before I let you go, is there any socials or sponsors you'd like to plug before I let you go?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, I want to show some love to my teams, Trials MMA, Top Notch Sports Academy. If you guys want to follow me on social media, it's JTrainX Gang on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Come and give me a follow. You guys want to see what I'm doing? You guys want to see what I'm doing training, chilling with my nieces. Sometimes, after the party, whenever I'm not as serious in camp, I'm out partying, having some fun. So give me a follow, see what that's all about. Some of my sponsors, 5-Star, Faithful Roofing, Rocky Mountain Flagging. Shoot, if there's anybody else, I'm sorry I missed you. I got love for you guys.
Oh, well, I wish you good luck at Bellator 287 against Andrew Fisher. I hope you do what you say you're going to do. And yeah, man, you keep going for that title. Lovely to speak from you, to you, sorry. And I'd love to have you on again sometime and talk more after your victory.
Let's do it, bro. Thanks for having me.
All right. Have a lovely day. Let's go, J Train.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.